One Gospel, version 2, part 87. Jesus heals a blind man at the pool of Siloam and teaches. John 9:1 through 10:21. And passing by, he saw a man blind from birth, and his disciples asked him, saying, Jesus, Teacher, who sinned, this man or his parents, that he was born blind? Yeshua answered, Neither has this man sinned, nor his parents, but that the works of God should be revealed in him. I must work the works of him who sent me while it is day. The night comes when no one can work. As long as I am in the world, I am the light of the world. When he had spoken this, he spat on the ground and made clay from the saliva, and he spread the clay on the eyes of the blind man and said to him, Go away, wash in the pool of Siloam, which is interpreted as sent. He therefore went away and washed, and came back seeing. Therefore the neighbors and those who had seen that he was blind before said, Is this not he who sat and begged? Some said, This is he. Others, He is like him. He said, I am he. Therefore they said to him, How were your eyes opened? He answered and said, A man called Yeshua made clay and spread it on my eyes, and said to me, Go away to the pool of Siloam and wash. And I went and washed, and I received sight. Then they said to him, Where is he? He said, I do not know. They brought him who formerly was blind to the Pharisees, and it was the Sabbath when Yeshua made the clay and opened his eyes. Then the Pharisees who asked him again how he had received his sight, he said to them, He put clay on my eyes, and I washed, and I see. Therefore some of the Pharisees said, This man is not from God, because he does not keep the Sabbath. Others said, How can a man who is a sinner do such signs? And there was a division among them. They said to the blind man again, What do you say concerning him, since he has opened your eyes? He said, He is a prophet. But the Yahud did not believe concerning him that he had been blind, and received his sight, until they called the parents of him who had received his sight. And they asked him, saying, Is this your son, who you say was born blind? How then does he now see? His parents answered them and said, We know that this is our son, and that he was born blind. But by what means he now sees, we do not know. Or who opened his eyes, we do not know. He is of age, ask him. He shall speak for himself. His parents spoke these words because they feared the Yahud. For the Yahud had agreed already that if anyone confessed that he was the Messiah, he would be put out of the synagogue. Therefore his parents said, He is of age, ask him. Then they called the man that was blind again and said to him, Give God the praise. We know that this man is a sinner. He answered and said, Whether he is a sinner or not, I do not know. One thing I know is that, though I was blind, now I see. Then they said to him again, What did he do to you? How did he open your eyes? He answered them, I told you already, and you did not hear. Why do you wish to hear it again? Do you also wish to become his disciples? Then they reviled him and said, You are his disciple, but we are Moshe's disciples. We know that God spoke to Moshe. This one we do not know where he is from. The man answered and said to them, Why, here is a marvelous thing, that you do not know where he is from, and yet he has opened my eyes. Now we know that God does not hear sinners. But if anyone is a worshipper of God, and does his will, he hears him. Since the world began, it was not heard that anyone opened the eyes of one that was born blind. If this one was not from God, he could not do anything. They answered and said to him, You were completely born in sins, and you are teaching us? And they cast him out. Yeshua heard that they had cast him out, and when he had found him, he said to him, Do you believe in the Son of God? He answered and said, Who is he, Lord? that I might believe in him. And Yeshua said to him, You have both seen him, and it is he who talks with you. And he said, Lord, I believe. And he worshipped him. And Yeshua said, I have come into this world for judgment, that those who do not see may see, and that those who see may be made blind. And some of the Pharisees who were with him heard these things and said to him, Are we also blind? Yeshua said to them, If you were blind, you would have no sin. But now you say, We see. Therefore your sin remains. Truly, truly, I say to you, he who does not enter by the door into the sheepfold, but climbs up some other way, the same is a thief and a robber. But he who enters by the door is the shepherd of the sheep. The doorkeeper opens to him, and the sheep hear his voice. And he calls his own sheep by name and leads them out. And when he brings out his own sheep, he goes before them, and the sheep follow him. For they know his voice. And a stranger they will not follow, but will flee from him, for they do not know the voice of strangers. Yeshua spoke this parable to them, for they did not understand the things which he spoke to them. Then Yeshua said to them again, Truly, truly, I say to you, I am the door of the sheep. All that ever came before me are thieves and robbers, but the sheep did not hear them. I am the door. If anyone enters in through me, he shall be saved, and he shall come in and go out and find pasture. The thief does not come except to steal, and to kill, and to destroy. I have come that they may have life, and that they may have it abundantly. I am the good shepherd. The good shepherd gives his life for the sheep, but he who is a hired hand, and not the shepherd, one who does not own the sheep, sees the wolf coming, and leaves the sheep and flees. And the wolf catches them and scatters the sheep. The hired hand flees because he is a hired hand, and does not care for the sheep. I am the good shepherd, and I know my sheep, and I am known by my own. As the Father knows me, even so I know the Father, and I lay down my life for the sheep. And I have other sheep, which are not from this fold. I must bring them also, and they shall hear my voice. And there shall be one flock and one shepherd. Therefore my Father does love me, because I lay down my life, that I may take it again. No man takes it from me, but I lay it down for myself. I have authority to lay it down, and I have authority to take it again. I have received this commandment from my Father. There was a division, therefore, again among the Yehud, because of these words. And many of them said, He is a demon, and is mad. Why do you hear him? Others said, These are not the words of one who has a demon. Can a demon open the eyes of the blind